So we have been in this 40 plus dating series, and we have been getting some interesting conversation from both the male and the female perspective. I wanted to put a pause in this dating series real quickly because I thought it would be helpful to hear what it's like being married and if marriage is something that anyone should ever want to pursue. That's what we'll be covering on My 40 Plus Life. Hey, it's Chaun and you are watching My 40 Plus Life. Look, if you all have not subscribed to my channel, what in the world are you waiting for? Go ahead right now and hit that subscribe button, click the bell notification so that you don't ever miss out on any of the episodes that I have dropping from season to season. Today, it is all about marriage. We have been in this 40 plus dating series, and I have heard some stuff coming from the good and the bad side. But it made me wonder, is marriage any better than this dating scene that we're having? And I have the best guest to welcome you, to have this conversation with you on today. Everyone, I want to thank you for tuning in and join me in welcoming back to the couch, the show, everything, my husband, Derrick Vaughn. Yes, welcome.
Cheers.
He is going to join me in this conversation as we talk about all things marriage as it relates to the things that I've been hearing in the dating scene that has been going around. So it just had me thinking, is marriage even any better than what the women or the men are experiencing as they're dating in their 40s? You ready to tackle this topic?
Sure. You want to take a cheers on it?
Yes, let's cheers. Why you trying to sober? I mean, what are you doing?
I'm trying to liquor you up. That's what you do when you're dating your wife.
Liquoring me up? Okay.
Cheers.
Y'all.
You didn't drink, though.
I did drink.
You got to take the actual shot.
Okay.
See, I already slipped.
Woo.
Casamigos.
Okay.
Nothing.
Y'all know my husband, he's something else. He's very social and he likes drinking.
I like him taking shots.
That's not a shot, baby.
We just took it.
So if you had it to do all over again, would you get married? And if you still would you change anything?
That's a two-part question.
It
right?
is.
Okay. First part, if I had it to do all over again, yes, I still would be married.
You would?
Uh-huh. Very much.
Don't lie, dear.
I'm not lying. I'm being honest. I would do it. I would still be married.
Okay.
And what was the second part of that question?
Would you change anything?
Yes, I would change some things. First thing I would probably change is, and you can't really ever predict this, but it's more of timing.
Yes.
So timing is a part of. You never know when it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So when it did happen, I'm happy it happened. But could it have happened 5 years later? Possibly, yes. So, so yeah, I mean, so from that perspective, definitely, there's some growth period in there that could have taken a little longer. But do I regret being married? I'm happy being married? All of those. Do I want to be married? Yes, definitely.
Really?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm gonna answer that too. I would get married again, but I'm like you. I think I would change the time frame, and
we didn't say again, because again means I never said again.
You know. I would do it all over again. That's what I said. I would do it all over again if I had the opportunity to. But I would possibly look at the timing, just like you said. We got married when we were 26, right?
26. How old are we now? 40?
We're in our 40s, right? 20 years.
20
it's
years.
been 20 years.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I do believe that we rushed it because I think in your 20s, you're still trying to figure yourself out.
Yep.
And you're still trying to have all that fun. And one of us may be okay with settling down, but
Right.
the other may not really be okay. And I think that could cause issues initially if that's not discussed.
I agree, but to even go further than that, you're thinking about what comes into play as soon as we got married. I mean, we had a kid right out the gate. So we wouldn't
You
even
didn't know how to pull out.
didn't really want to. But anyway, regardless of that, we ended up with a kid in our first year of marriage. I mean, so you add that to the dynamics of being young with a kid. All of those are foundational things that I think are 5 years later maybe a little bit more mature to handle.
Yeah.
So it does play into the relationship for sure.
So what do you feel has been the hardest part of marriage?
The hardest part of marriage, reinventing yourself every day is the hardest part of marriage.
What do you mean by that?
Meaning you have to get up every day with a mindset of work. So you have to reinvent yourself every morning based on, because you're not the same person every day. Like I'm not the same person when I was 26 than I am at 46.
But that's not every day.
No, you have to get up every day and reinvent yourself. You have to make sure that you are mentally ready for the world, your wife, the kids, everything that comes with that. So it's maybe not reinventing, reevaluating yourself every day.
Okay.
That's probably the better word.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
so I wake up every day with an evaluation of what's my why, even with being married. You know, why do I love you? Why do I want to stay married to you? I'm sure that goes both ways, right? So those are legitimate questions.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so that's not inventing, but evaluating.
Okay.
Every day is evaluation. Even when you get up and I talk to the Lord, I'm reevaluating. Am I going to do today what I need to do to keep myself in tune with Him? So it's a daily evaluation, not just on marriage, but holistically. Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
that's me.
I think for the most part, the hardest part, and I think I talked about this with Marcus on the show.
Yeah.
It's getting past those expectations that you have.
Definitely.
Because I do believe men and women come into the marriage with different expectations. And I think trying to really understand why those expectations are not being met, or if they were even valid in the first place.
Right.
I think, trying to get past the expectations part has been the hardest for me. Because I think how I view marriage is something that's a little bit different than how you may view marriage. And I think that's a discussion that if you are looking to ever be married, those are questions or conversations that you need to have, because expectations may be different, which could lead to issues in the marriage. And if marriage is not for the weak,
Definitely not for the weak.
when I tell you it is not for the weak, it is not for the weak.
Nope.
So those are conversations that you're really going to have to have. So what has been the easiest part?
The easiest part of being married is knowing that I have somebody as a partner who I don't have to not depend on. I know she's going to be there. I know you're going to always have my back. That's easy. That's kind of like understood. So it makes it easy for me to just be happy, because that's a security that a lot of people can't get. A lot of people go home on the opposite side of being married and the dating scene, and the reason they always out is because they are alone, and they trying to find themselves in somebody else. So I think at the end of the day,
You go out a lot.
I do.
Are you trying to find yourself in somebody else?
No, but me going out knowing that I'm coming home to the person that's there waiting for me keeps me
Why I
excited.
got to be here waiting? That's the problem.
You don't have to be here waiting. You could be calling me from where you coming from and say, "Hey, Daddy, when we get home."
Daddy.
There you go. Daddy, when we get home, it's going down.
I have never called him
Exactly.
Daddy.
You
Let's
might
clear
need
that.
to. You might need to. You can call me a couple more things, but we ain't gonna talk about
No,
that.
let's not talk about that. Well, we could get into it with this. So have you ever thought about ever getting a divorce?
Yeah, I've been divorced in my mind about 3 times. Yeah, in my mind.
That is bad if you've been
that-
divorced in your mind.
Yeah.
And because do you do things that divorced people would do?
No, it's not that. It's a detachment of, goes back to what I was saying about evaluation. every morning, like, do I really have what it takes to stay in this marriage? Does my wife really want to be in this marriage with me? Those are questions that you ask yourself all the time. So, not all the time, but we've been married 20 years. I mean, if somebody say that they haven't thought about divorce, or I'm happy for them, but I've never done it. I've never wanted to be without you. But I'm like, yeah, sometimes it just gets a little hard. And I'm sure on your side too, so.
Have I ever thought about divorcing?
Yes.
I'm trying to watch my words because my mama say watch my words.
Watch your words. Right.
Yes, I have, more times than not. Because I'm going to repeat this. Marriage is not for the weak,
It's
okay?
not.
It is
And
definitely.
it makes you drink. No, just kidding.
It does. That's not a lie. It does. So, after hearing a lot of the stories in this dating series, you've heard some stuff.
Yes.
Right. Would you want to be in this dating world now?
You know, and that's funny because I have that you say that because I have a single friend and we talk a lot. You know, most of my friends are married, but I do have a single friend. And the questions that we go back and forth on is like, especially when, you know, we kind of, like, if me and you kind of beefing, and I'll just talk to him about from a marriage perspective versus a single perspective. I want to know the difference. Like, you know, how is it? And I've even asked people that's divorced now, like kind of like you doing, that's not married anymore. And I ask the same question, like, how is it different? So you get two perspectives. So you got the single guy who's never been married, and he's like, man, I hate going home by myself. You know, it's a lot of women out here. Yeah, it's fun, but if I could just have one person and settle down and not have to deal with all of that, I would. Mm-hmm. So, and then the older you get, the more stubborn you become. So it's even more, you don't want to get married because you're selfish. You can't coexist with two people. So it makes it hard. So I'm like, no, I think we do well together. I don't want to try and learn other people and deal with the fact that, because the thing about marriage, and the pastor told me this, he said, when you come to a marriage, you bring in your bags, you putting your suitcase down, the other person bring their bag, they put their suitcase down. So now you got to go through your bag and unfold all this stuff and figure out what's in it. And the other person got to look in your bag too and see what's in it, because you bringing some baggage. Mm-hmm. So the older you get and the more you're dealing with that, trying to learn somebody, I think that's kind of scary for me. Yeah. So I'm not really interested in the single scene. I think it's kind of, I don't say it's not a bad thing for them, but it doesn't work for me.
Right. So I will say that, hell no, I don't want to be out there. Mm-hmm. I don't want to deal with what some of these people are dealing with, because it just it's too much work and effort. And I'm already putting in a lot of doggone work within the marriage. So I'm going to leave this marriage and then go out there and have to put in maybe triple the work to find the right person. And apparently that right person so far could possibly not be out there, because these people are crazy with some of they ask, what they're looking for and what they're desiring. So no, I definitely would not want to be in this dating scene. Now, if I had to, based off some stuff that you might do, then yes, I would. Do I think that I would survive? Yes, I will. But I just don't want to have to put forth the effort. And that brings me to this next question. Have you ever cheated or thought about cheating?
Yeah, I mean, you see people.
Yeah, what?
Have I thought about?
Oh, the first question was, have you ever cheated?
No, I haven't. But the answer to the question of the whole question is, do you see other people that you desire that you like? I mean, you're human, right? Mm-hmm. That would be stupid I would think that you would think that I would see people.
You have restraint.
Everybody should have restraint.
Baby,
you grown. Do I flirt?
Do not have restraint.
Do you flirt? Do you get flirted on? You don't have to. Look at you. They're gonna flirt. People gonna flirt with you. I think you should be happy that. I think you get an issue more with me worrying about the fact that you have your way of doing things, and you look good and you look great, and I'm not intimidated by the fact that men are gonna flirt with you. So you can go to the grocery store and get hit on. Mm-hmm. You don't have to say nothing. Look at you now. I would hit on you in the grocery store. See how you got your shoulder out and stuff.
Y'all, don't piss.
I'm just saying. So no, but I mean, is it attractive women in the world? Yes. But that's I'm a man, so that's normal. That's a normal thing.
And I'm a woman, and that's a normal thing.
I agree. I do agree. And it's way more men that's gonna hit on you than women that's gonna hit on me. So there you go.
And cheating is a thing.
It is a thing.
So with that being said, even if you've thought about it, I've thought about it.
Yeah.
Are you open to an open marriage?
Hell to the no.
Why?
No, because your girlfriend might want to take you away.
My girlfriend?
I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, you know how it is these days. You might be your girlfriend. Hell, you might be tired of me.
Oh.
You might want to see the other side of things.
No more.
Yeah.
I want that.
Yeah. I mean, so.
But I can get that for both sides.
Oh, see. I don't. But I see that's the disadvantage. I don't want the disadvantage of not being able to keep you because some woman that came and turned you out.
I despise open marriages. I am not sharing anybody. I mean, if you want to see me snap, then that's something that you can offer and know that that's not going to happen.
That would be the same way with me. So I don't understand the whole swinger club thing, but hey, when you've been married as long as some people have, you know, they looking to tickle their fancy a little bit. You know, they
That's
get bored.
True. So are there any specific thoughts that you would share with people who are in the dating scene and really are wanting to be married? Would you encourage them to be married, or would you say no, stay away?
I would say this. I would say first find out who you are and be happy with yourself before you decide to get married to anybody, because another person shouldn't make you happy. You should make yourself happy first. Another person's supposed to come in and make you feel complete and whole in certain aspects. But if you're not already self-secure and you have this expectation, as you say, of what you think it should be based on where you are and where you think the other person is going to take you, then you might be making a mistake. So my suggestion is figure out who you are first, right? Then understand the type of person that works with you based on how you are.
Yeah.
Because, and I was listening to some of your interviews, and it's kind of crazy that I hear, not crazy, but understand that you got this list. You got to be this, you got to be this. I'm like this, I'm like that. So when a person come in, you ask them to check all these boxes for you, but are you really evaluating your boxes and being realistic about them? And you ask somebody else to come into your world, and you want them to be catering to your situation, but are you open to catering to some of their situation? Not necessarily spitting in your mouth and accepting that. Okay, you have to see the episode to understand where that's coming from. But just understanding that certain things you might have to adjust to because that person that you're dealing with might not meet all your boxes.
And I feel that that's where the conversations come in up front.
Yes.
And understanding what you will compromise on and what you won't compromise on, because had we had certain conversations, we probably up front we probably would have maybe prolonged getting together, because it makes it harder when you decide to marry and then you're learning out certain things as you're going through that process that could possibly put you into that checking that divorce box, which is where I think a lot of people end up. But have those conversations. Don't be afraid to have the conversations and be honest about what your expectations are, but also what you're willing to compromise on to make you happy. And I do believe that if you understand or come into a relationship understanding your value and what you being happy on your own, that will help to set you up for a great marriage. So I'm all for team marriage, and team marriage with just you and that other person, not
the girlfriend.
Everybody else. I understand that now people are in these open marriages, but I am about you and me, and that's it. We don't need anybody else to interfere, because I do feel that brings in complications.
Okay, what else is on your wish list?
Thank you so much, Derrick, for joining me.
You so be talking, take another drink.
I'm not taking another drink.
Girl, I'm trying to get you right.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Derrick, so much for joining me again. I love to hear your perspective on things. And I think it kind of helps to give some insight into what we've been hearing in this dating world. I do believe that right person, and I don't want to say the perfect person, but the best person for you is always out there, which is why I wanted to kind of insert this segment in before we conclude our dating series. So much more to come with that. But again, thank you so much for joining me.
We don't get to kiss. Gotta get that one.
I want to thank you all for tuning in to today's conversation. Please drop your comments below. Are you team marriage? Are you team polygamy? Who knows? There's a lot of things out there. Let me know in the comments below. And we will finish our dating series next week with a great guest. And it's coming from the pastoral side. So you definitely want to tune in. Again, thank you for tuning in to My 40 Plus Life. Until next time.